great satellite positions and things. Those are. It would seem like there would be a lot of people.
I'm listening.
It's the motherfucking Eagle Double G.
Snoop Dogg.
All right, so we're here today to talk about some things. My name is Blake,
My name's Gina.
Dustin.
and we're here to just talk about the shape of the Earth and other various things that come up out of that topic. Were you raised to believe that the Earth is spherical?
I was taught that my entire life.
What were the first hints that you saw that the model of the universe you'd been presented with your whole life were not really true? I'm sure initially
It was
you...
the moon.
The
actually.
moon.
I was
What about
observing
the moon?
There's a guy on YouTube, his name is Crow777. He has observations of the moon that he's taken with an extremely advanced telescopic camera setup. And he captured footage of the moon, and the moon literally refreshed itself like a computer screen.
A more plausible explanation would be that the footage was faked.
I've also captured these things myself with my own camera setup and verified that I've also seen these.
Okay.
Okay, so you have these pictures yourself.
I have video myself. It's on my computer. I haven't uploaded it because I'm afraid to.
So this sort of led you down the path to start questioning the model of the universe you'd been presented
Yeah.
with, right?
Coming forward and like questioning that, especially in our society where the Earth is round is considered a fact and everyone has agreed upon that. Has that like hindered you in your research and study to like stop doing it? To think, hey, you know, maybe I'm crazy, or maybe these people are right, or something like that.
I like being a rebel. It's fun. And it's even more fun knowing that I've actually found something.
So when you first heard of the idea of the flat Earth, did you go through a process probably much like what Gina
Everyone
and
does.
myself are experiencing
Everyone
of
goes
like
through the same process.
you're
There's
like-
no fucking way.
you're like that sounds
This,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Walk us down the path that you went through from
The reason
from
why
where
I
we
went
are.
from there to it couldn't be ridiculous is because of the fucking symbolism, man. The Jesuits are involved and the Catholic Church is involved and the Masons are involved and how all these things are connected and how all these things happen and why they happen and how I can prove that they happen. When you see a picture of a famous person and they're at a galley and on their plate is a piece of pizza with 3 walnuts, that's symbolism right there. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Because in the pedophilia industry, pasta means little girls and pizza means little boys. And if you have walnuts, white walnuts mean white little boys and black walnuts mean black little boys. That's symbolism for you.
Do you think like ever pizza is just a piece of pizza?
Why would a fucking multi-million-dollar person go to a gala and eat one slice of pizza with 3 walnuts on a fucking piece of fucking paper plate, dude? Why?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't have an answer. I wouldn't think they'd be eating that at a gala. You're right.
So this is an ancient depiction of the flat Earth. And if we look at it here, we have Antarctica, the ice walls. We have the tree of life in the center. We have the lands around it. We have the serpent eating itself, which is the symbol for the clock, for the perpetual cycle of life and everything around it. And then we have the dome above our head. The sun is our father, gives us everything we need to survive. Our bones, our bloods, it is our provider. Everything that we are today is because of the sun's energy. And we are also of Mother Earth. So your mother is your creator. Your mother is God. My mother is God. Women are God.
God is a woman.
So the symbolism is what led you from...
It couldn't be real to I need to think about this.
Okay. So I kind of want to just kind of sketch out and see if this is what you kind of think the Earth looks like from looking down from above. Is that roughly the idea of kind of what you think it is?
Yeah, can I clarify it though?
Yeah,
It's similar.
absolutely.
It's very similar. I mean, you're pretty much spot on. When we talk about the flat Earth, it's really not so much flat as it's round. You know, that's one way to look at it. It's still a round Earth, but it's, All right, so if you were to look at it from the side, this is what we're talking about. You ever see this symbol? It's
Yeah.
the division
The
symbol.
division symbol, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. This is the sun and the black sun.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with the
Yeah,
black
can you
sun.
elaborate on the black sun?
This is symbolism. So when we talk about the flat Earth is one white hole, one black hole on loop, okay? The black sun is Mother Earth, and the white sun is the sun above us. So the division symbol talks about the flat Earth, and that's truth hidden in plain reality. So now we're going to talk about what we see as the shape of the Earth and what's actually going on. My big guys, I'm being clumsy. Luckily that was empty. I'm a fucking coffee whore. What's really going on here is we got Polaris. Polaris proves the Earth is flat. Why? Because the Chinese have star charts that they have drawn from over 4,000 years ago. And those star charts are perfectly accurate today. How is it that after 4,000 years, that star is in the same place in our sky?
Maybe it's moving very slowly.
It's not. Look it up. There's no way Polaris should be in the same place it is today as it was 4,000 years ago.
The further something away is, it appears to move less from your current standpoint. Like if you were standing 5 feet away from me and you walked a foot to the side, well, the angle you would move in my field of vision would be this much.
Right.
If you were a million light years or whatever away, you also, wouldn't move very far.
But
at
after
all.
20,000 years of continuous moving and continuous acceleration, the science will tell you that after 4,000 years, even in the simulations, things will have moved enough that we should see different constellations.
What about like the sun and the moon? And are they spherical? Are they flat, do you think?
I haven't done enough observation to tell you what the sun is or what the moon is or what any of it is. I can tell you for 100% fact that the moon isn't a sphere. I've done so much observation on the moon that I can tell you it is not a sphere. It does not reflect light like a sphere should in any way, shape, or form.
So what do you think the moon is then? Just kind of like a disc hovering up above us, kind of going around like.
That would have to go into symbolism, and you're not going to believe me, but I can prove it to you with symbolism that the moon is most likely a soul eater.
Why are we still here?
It eats our souls. It steals our energy. It's constantly stealing our chi from us.
What's holding up like the flat Earth? Or is it?
Does
is
it
just
have to be held up?
No, it doesn't. And
Well, so then the thing is, like, we're floating in this vacuum called space.
Yeah.
So with the model of the flat Earth, does space exist?
Does it?
All right. Well, what about astronauts that have flown into space?
Have they? I'll tell you what we can verify. I've talked to railroad engineers that have built railroads in South America. Mm-hmm. You would think that curvature would have to factor into their construction in some way, shape, or form. You would think that after 100 miles, there would be some amount of curvature that they should have to account for in their measurements.
maybe. Because
if you look it up after 100 miles, there's over 1,000 feet of curvature.
Oh, is there? Okay, yeah. I don't know the numbers off the top of my
I
head.
do.
And they don't. And you're saying they don't actually have
I've
to
talked
do
to
that.
them and they don't. They're all flat earthers because they've never had to account for curvature. And I myself have done curvature tests. I took my telescope out to Lake Erie and I had a charter out 8 miles into Lake Erie. Now, according to the laws of perspective, that's why we see that boat disappear. Mm-hmm. The laws of perspective are why we see that boat disappear on the horizon. I was able to bring that boat back into view with the telescope. After 80 miles, there is like right around 800, 900 feet of curvature. That should be impossible if it's underneath me, being occulted by curves.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that would certainly seem to suggest.
So do you want to talk about what you're drawing for us now?
Right now, I'm drawing a depiction of the flat Earth, and it's not perfect. It's just like these are going to be symbols and representations. On the flat Earth, this is what we have. All right, so this squiggly line is the Antarctic ice walls. Antarctica is protected by the Antarctic Treaty. There's 80 governments around the world that have all signed it, and they patrol the waters all around the Antarctic Circle. You can't go there. You're not allowed. No one can. Why? Why can't we explore there?
I had looked up like what it would take to get to Antarctica, and I read there were. Now maybe this is just a lie because I never actually followed up on it, but I read that there were charters you can take to Antarctica. But
yeah,
again,
but they're very specific. You can't just go anywhere you want. You
Okay.
have to go to very specific areas.
Okay.
And they will not take you anywhere around where you can actually see the ice walls. But there are pictures of the ice walls you can find. They're very hard to find. You can't just Google search them. But if you go to certain places on the internet, you do some research, you can find them. And they're really crazy looking. But, okay, so what we have here is, at the center of the flat earth plane, that's Mount Meru. That's the tree of life in the center. It's called the Magnetic Mountain.
So let me stop you for one
Yeah.
second. Are you saying that there? Maybe I'm just misunderstanding. Are you saying there is a tree at the?
Yeah, there is actually a giant tree at the center of the flat earth plane.
Interesting. Right, so we're almost out of time here, but there was one last question I wanted to wrap up with. What % sure are you that the Earth is flat?
I'm 100% sure that the heliocentric model has a lot of flaws in it.
But would you say?
And I'm about 100% sure that I've not been able to detect curvature.
It still didn't quite answer the question.
I can't answer your question because you're asking me, do I 100% know for a fact that the Earth is flat? No, I do not 100% have the knowledge and the time and the experience put in to tell you this is the model of our reality.
Okay.
So you're saying you don't necessarily believe the Earth is flat. It's just the model that we have been presented with is
With the
just-
heliocentric model
Yes.
has a lot of inconsistencies with it that need to be evened out and explained.
Sure. All right.
Okay. Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for your
Thank you.
time. It
Thank you.
was good to meet you and great talking with you.
You gotta do it.
That's right. All right. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, guys.
That
Bad.
was good shit.
It's good shit.